my name is Hope and welcome back to my channel. I like musicals, they're a part of my life, and today we're going to be talking about the Tony Award nominations. Now, the Tony Awards are arguably the biggest theatre award show ever, and they certainly brought out some things that I'd really like to talk about today. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before I get into this video, remember that you can like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you can get notified every time I upload, which is particularly every Sunday, but sometimes extra days in the week as well. Apparently over 90% of my viewership is not actually subscribed, so what are you doing? Subscribe right now. I'm just joking, you don't have to do that. But also remember, you can follow me at all my social medias, which is X, Hope Wilson X on Instagram, Hope Wilson with 2 N's and an underscore on Twitter, and Hope Wilson 45 on TikTok. But with all that, let's get back into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is A Strange Loop. It got 11 nominations, the most nominations out of any show. Honestly, I'm not surprised. It had great reviews and I've heard so many great things about it. It seems to have a unique story and plot, so you know, I'm not mad. Not surprised, but also not mad. It was also nominated for all but 2 of the awards it was eligible for, which is crazy and pretty damn impressive. And it also gave the opportunity for the first openly trans person to be nominated for a Tony Award. So all good all round. I ain't complaining. Take me out to the ball game, take me up with the crowd. And on this episode, we have Jesse Williams nudes. No, I'm not joking. And while I don't know a lot about Take Me Out, this certainly wasn't what I was expecting. I know Take Me Out is a play. I know Jesse Williams was in it, and it's about baseball. And with the fact it's about baseball, I have no idea in what context that Jesse Williams, and if you don't know who Jesse Williams is, he's this guy from Grey's Anatomy, or Marcus from Detroit Become Human. And I don't know in what context that he would need to be stark naked. And when I mean naked, I mean naked. Take Me Out got 6 nominations, including Jesse Williams for Best Featured Actor in a Play, which is fine, cool, you know, all good on that front. But I just think it's weird that in order for him to get a nomination, the people nominating him had to see him naked. It also trended on Twitter, which is how I found out about this, and you never want anything to trend on Twitter because people will talk about it forever. I mean, I don't think it really helps, and I know they're bringing in like laws because of this and how it happened to try and stop people from posting his nudes everywhere, but I guess we'll find out based on whether he wins the Tony or not. It'll be no likey, no Tony. We'll just have to wait and see. And I also want to formally apologise for that accent because it was truly atrocious, and it's sad with the fact that Paddy McGuinness, who is from the TV show Take Me Out, literally comes from the same city as I do, and my accent is still just as bad, which bodes well for my accents in life. Anyway, moving on. Okay, next let's talk about Diana the Musical, because guess what? It got a nomination. The nomination is Best Costume Design, but the fact that there's a meme of a musical got nominated for a Tony is absolutely insane. Now, I'm not saying Diana is bad by any means. I think there are plenty more worse musicals than Diana, but it's definitely, I think, in some ways questionable and slightly exploitative of Diana's life, but it got nominated. Like, that's an achievement, and certainly something I didn't think was going to happen. I am the Music Man, I come from far away. Music Man. It got 6 nominations. Both Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster got nominated for Best Leading Role in a Musical, and yeah, I just don't think it feels genuine. I think with the amount of controversy, if you want to call it, the show received with Beetlejuice, anything it did just didn't feel extraordinary. I also think with the mixed reviews and lack of good marketing, the show was hard to sell, and therefore, even though it got 6 nominations, I don't think many people are rooting for them to win any of them. Which isn't like a thing on the show, that's just the way it was marketed and the way that people view it, I think. Funny Girl. Now, Funny Girl actually only received 1 nomination, the same as Diana the Musical, and got it for Best Featured Actor in a Musical. People are saying that Funny Girl was snubbed, other people are saying that it wasn't, and I feel like in some ways it has been, but at the same time it's got mostly negative to mixed reviews. It means that I can't really say that I'm surprised, and it is really disappointing because this was going to be such a big thing, and I feel feel like when the show actually opened, it then became very underwhelming to what people were hoping it was going to be. 6. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot 6 was eligible this year. I think because it was in the UK for so long, I just kind of forgot that the show opened during the panorama and whatnot. The Queens themselves were not eligible to be nominated together like in the Olivier's because of a law that was enacted after Billy Elliot on Broadway, where they were all nominated together, and they then removed the ability to be able to do that. Also, none of the Queens were nominated individually, but the show did receive 8 nominations for technical awards such as costume and lighting and choreography. I could have got that wrong, but it's something like that. You understand what I mean. Now, I don't think 6 is a Tony-oriented show, really. I don't think the nominators would probably veer towards the show in regards to the Best New Musical. If I'm honest, I think it's a bit too modern for older audiences. Like, I love it, but I can just see from a Tony Award standpoint it not doing amazingly well. I think that's why they weren't nominated for Best Actors and Actresses, and I don't think there was really much they could do about that, so sad times all around. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is Company. Now, if you've been around this channel for a little bit, you'll know I love Company. It's my favourite musical, I adore it, and I will forever and ever. And you know, it's getting nominated for Tonys. It gives me a chance to talk about it. I'm going to take that opportunity. Now, the show was nominated for a variety of Tony Awards, including Best Revival, woohoo. But the surprising thing about it was Katrina Lenk, who was playing Bobby, was not nominated for Best Actress. Now, I've seen contrasting reviews of Katrina and people saying that she really should have or really should not have been nominated, with people being surprised and not surprised. And while I have not seen the performance, the fact that Bobby drives the show, and without a good Bobby you won't have a good show, really does send mixed messages, in my opinion, for the quality of the show, if that makes sense. But some of the other people in the show did get nominated. For example, in Best Supporting Actress, both Jennifer Simard and Patti LuPone were nominated. And while that's not necessarily a bad thing with Patti LuPone, the amount of times that she's played this role and been nominated for an award, I think is absolutely insane. Like, she really just must love doing this role because she's played it a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. But it's crazy to think that she's nominated again and will probably win again. But anyway, let's go to the outro. Now, while I think there's mixed opinions on what was and wasn't nominated, I can certainly say that I actually do feel like this Tonys is a little bit predictable. As a whole, I wasn't surprised as to what was nominated because it feels like everything that was nominated was eligible. I think my explanation's really terrible, but when I saw the nominations come out, I wasn't particularly surprised because I felt like there was only so many things that could get nominated that did. I guess that's how the Tonys work anyway, but I think in just comparison to other years, this year feels more predictable. I think when it comes to things like Best Play and Best Musical, they're probably quite hard to call, and I definitely feel like in regard to the outer musical circle, this year is definitely an unknown musicals year, if you want to call that. The things that were the most nominated were A Strange Loop, which I feel like unless you're part of the inner theatre circle, you probably haven't really heard of. Also MJ the musical, which is about Michael Jackson. I feel like nobody's talking about that. And Paradise Square, which again, I haven't heard anybody talking about, and with the title it sounds old, so I think people assume that it's old when it's actually not really. But I think we'll have to see. The awards I think are on June the 6th. So we shall have to see. We shall find out who wins and who loses. And maybe I'll make a video on that if it's interesting enough. But thank you for watching this video. You can like it if you liked it. Subscribe down below if you feel like it. Remember to follow me on all my social medias. Keep this number from being so low. And when I mean the low one, I mean the not subscribed one. Don't get any ideas. Don't unsubscribe. I'm sending you a message through the screen. I don't know what I'm doing, but keep enjoying musicals as much as me, and I will see you in the next one.